Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear respected brothers and sisters. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. My name is Liaquat. Hope you guys enjoy these videos that I make, especially this series, which is the Mukhtasar al-Qudoori series. If you guys have been benefiting from this series, please leave a comment in the box below, and also hit the like button, subscribe button, and share these videos with others who you think would benefit from them. Okay, so let's have a go at this text then. So today's text is very brief. It's the last section on sarf, foreign exchange. So let's crack on. Man ishtara. So first of all, ishtara, we've done this before. It means to purchase. Nisf means half. Dirham is silver coin. Fulus, it means subcurrency, which is basically not gold and silver. Jaz al-bay. Dirham, fulus, man a'ta sayrafi. Sayrafi is a money exchanger. So money exchange. Okay, sayrafi. وقال أعطني بنصفه فلوسا. And then a lot of the rest of the words, jami means all, are all considered. Fulus is the the subcurrency. Dirham, fulus, nisf. And the rest of it is straightforward. Habba, it means a bit. Literally means a seed, but it means a little bit. والباقي فلوس جاز نصف حبة دراهم صغير small. إزاء, it means in exchange, or something which is next to. It literally means to be next to something. Okay, so let's now do the tarkib of this. Okay, so this is straightforward. Okay, so he says man ishtara shay'an. So fi'l fa'il, this is the maf'ul bihi. Binisfi dirhamin. Okay, binisfi dirhamin. Fulusan. Let me know in the comments why this is fulusan mansub. Fulusan. جاز البيع fi'l fa'il. عليه ما يباع. This is majhul. بنصف درهم من فلوس. ومن أعطى صيرفيا. So this is the maf'ul bihi of أعطى. درهما, second مفعول به. So this is the first, this is the second. وقال أعطني بنصفه فلوسا. Again, this is the مفعول به. وبنصفه نصفا. So this is مفعول به. إلا حبة. This is the مستثنى. فسد البيع في الجميع جار مجرور عند أبي حنيفة غير منصرف. وقال أبو يوسف رحمه الله says ومحمد جاز البيع في الفلوس وبطل فيما بقي. ولو قال أعطني نصف درهم فلوسا ونصفا إلا حبة جاز البيع. وقال أعطني درهما. So again, all these are مفعول بهs. مفعول به نصف درهم. This is going to be the badal of نصف. صغيرا. Again, that's the sifa of dirham. Actually, fulus is going to be the sifa, yeah, of description of nisf. Actually, it can be badal as well. وزنه أعطني درهما صغيرا. وزنه مبتدا. نصف درهم إلا حبة. Okay, so خبر. والباقي, and this is going to be obviously اسم ناقص. فلوسا. والباقي, actually in fact we can make this أعطيني درهما صغيرا. والباقي وأعطيني الباقي باقية. This can be عطف onto درهما. فلوسا. جاز البيع وكان النصف إلا حبة بإزاء الدرهم الصغير. Okay, صفة. and باقي. وكان الباقي, this time it's مرفوع اسم كان بإزاء الفلوس. Yes, okay. So let's have a go at trying to explain this masala. This masala is usually a tricky masala when you're studying this, but inshallah we're going to try to make this as comprehensible as possible. So there's several scenarios for this masala. Let me first of all highlight to you the several scenarios. So you have one masala you have over here is this one. Man ishtara bi nisfi dirham fulusan. That's the first one. من أعطى صيرفيا درهما. That's the second one. بطل فيما بقي. ولو قال أعطني نصف درهم فلوسا جاز البيع. ولو قال أعطني درهم صغيرا وزنه نصف درهم الحبة جاز البيع كان. Okay, so there's 4 maslas that we have to look at over here. Okay, so let's break down these 4 maslas so that you guys can understand this. So let's say a person goes to a money exchange, okay, and he says to the money exchange. So remember, when you go to a money exchange, you want to basically buy something off him. All right, so he says to the money exchange, look, he says, من اشترى شيئا بنصف درهم فلوسا جاز. If a person buys something with sub-currency, so remember I told you last time, you have the dirham and then you have a sub-currency. So let's say, for example, this is a sub-currency, like small little coins, just like you have 50 pence, or you have, I don't know, anything else of that nature. Yeah, so this is called a sub-currency. This is the sub-currency. So someone wants to buy something with half a dirham worth of currency. Half a dirham. So these are usually made from other metals, if you remember the last lesson. These are not made from, so this is silver. Should I do a different color, should I? So this is silver. But this other one is not silver. This is some other metal. So the question is, can a person buy something from someone for half a dirham, but not in silver, in something else, in sub-currency? Like if we say today, can you buy something with 50 pence? We would say, yes, you can buy it. That's what he's saying. So, man ishtara, whoever purchases something, anything, it could be a laptop, it could be a drink, or it could be a chair, binisfi dirhamin fulusan, for half a dirham in fulus. Yeah, half a dirham in fulus. Jaz al-bay'u wa alayhi ma yuba'u binisfi dirham min fulus. And upon him will be necessary ma yuba'u, what is usually sold in exchange for half a dirham of fulus. Yeah, so he has to give this currency or whatever that is to the guy, basically. So in them days, it depends on what kind of coins. And nowadays, obviously, we have a pound, and then a pound is made up of 250s, or it's made up of 5 20s or 10 10s. Okay, but in them days, it might have been something else. All right, so he's saying basically that's jais. That's the first masala there is. What is the second masala now? So he says, next masala, man a'ta sayrafiyan dirhaman. So now here is a sayrafi. This is the sayrafi masala. Okay, so put an S there for sayrafi. He's the money exchange, and this is the buyer, B for buyer. Okay, so whoever gives a sayrafi dirhaman, so let's get dirham then. So he's going to give this dirham to him. All right, straightforward. Okay, that's 1 dirham. 1 dirham. He's going to give it to him. Is that fine? Yes. What does he want in return? He's وَقَالَ أَعْطِنِي بِنِصْفِهِ. So he says, in exchange for half of it, I want fulus. Okay, so for half of it, I want fulus. Let's draw that then. Okay, so half of it, I want fulus. And the other half, وَبِنِصْفِهِ نِصْفًا إِلَّا حَبَّةً. I want half a silver coin except a little bit. So basically what he wants is, let's say for example, this is not correct figures, but I just want to make it easy for you to understand. Let's say that this coin weighs 10 grams. Okay, 10 grams this coin weighs. So therefore 5 grams for this side, 5 grams for this side. So therefore this half is going to be sold in exchange for this fulus. But what he wants for the other half is he wants silver. Yeah, so he wants silver. That's half of this one, which is 5 grams, minus a bit. So let's say 5 minus a bit. What's 5 minus a bit? Let's say 4 grams. Yeah, 5 minus 1. 4 grams. So he wants a 4 gram coin. Strange, isn't it? He wants a 4 gram piece of silver for that side and he wants fulus for that side. So he wants to basically get change. Is this jaiz or not? Does everyone understand this masala? Is this jaiz or not? That's what we want to understand. So he says, Man a'ta, whoever gives a sayrafi is this guy over here, dirhaman, which is over here, this one, wa qala a'tini, and he says, give me binisfihi fulusan, so half of it, 5 grams, I want fulus, wa binisfihi nisfan illa habbatan, and for half of it, I want half except a bit. Habba means a little bit. So shred a bit off. Fasad al-bay'. Imam Hanifa rahimahullah, he says, all of this, and Abu Yusuf says, Abu Hanif says, all of this will be considered to be impermissible. All of it is not jais. Meaning, this part is not jais, and this part is not jais. Nothing goes through. Right? So, technically this side should go through, isn't it? Because this is not really a riba issue here. There's not really like a riba issue here. Because the genus is different. So I can give you £1 and take off you $5. That's totally fine. But the problem is over here. This one is the problem, isn't it? But Abu Hanifa rahimahullah says both are affected because the contract is one. It's one contract. If half of the contract is spoilt, it's going to have an effect on the rest of the half of it. Yeah, it's going to have an effect on the other half of the contract. And this isn't something that we can split in half. We can't cut it in half. So this is going to be considered to be impermissible. However, Imam Abu Yusuf and Imam Muhammad, they say, Jaz al-bay'u fil fulus, this part is jais. That is jais. Yeah. Wa batala fima baqiya. And in the rest of it, that's not jais. So they separate. They say it's actually half is jais, half is not jais. Imam Hanifa is saying the non-jais half has affected the jais half. So it renders it all impermissible. That's the difference between the two. Does everyone understand that? Okay, next. وَلَوْ قَالَ أَعْطِنِي. Okay, so let's do this. I think we should do this on this side. All right, let's try over here. So he says, وَلَوْ قَالَ أَعْطِنِي نِصْفَ دِرْهَمٍ فُلُوسًا وَنِصْفًا إِلَّا حَبَّةً. So let's bring our guys over here. This is the buyer. This is the sayrafi. Head's a bit messed up there. Sayrafi. Alright, so you got a coin over here. He's giving him a silver coin. Yeah. This is a silver coin that weighs 10 grams. Okay. And what does he want? He says, وَقَالْ أَعْطِنِي نِصْفَ دِرْهَمٍ فُلُوسًا وَنِصْفًا إِلَّا حَبَّةً. So he's saying, give me half a dirham. So he didn't say this half. He didn't say half of this. Right? That's the difference between this masala and the previous one. Yeah. So if you notice, in the previous one, we said over there that he said, I want half of this. Binisfihi. That was the key wording there. Nisfihi, half of that. Here he's just said, give me half a dirham fulus. Wa nisfan. Yeah. So basically, what is he really saying then? So what he's saying is basically, I want half a dirham, any dirham. So let's say there's a dirham that weighs, there could be multiple dirhams. Let's make this. So for example, you could have a 10 gram dirham, you could have a 8 gram dirham, you could have a 6 gram dirham. Okay, various ones you could have. So he's saying what I want is, in exchange for this, I want half any dirham of fulus. So, okay, we're not going to use the 10 one because we tried to use the 10 one last time and it caused problems. So that one clearly wouldn't be jais. The 8 one, what about the 8 one then? Okay, so will this be okay? In fact, let's look at, instead of looking at 6, let's look at 12. Let's take the 12. Try to look at how this works. So if we use an 8 gram one, what he wants is half of that. He wants fulus. Yeah, so basically half, he wants fulus. Okay, half of that. That's fine. No problem with that. And half of that he wants for half for that. So if you give half there, that's going to be 4 grams, isn't it? It's going to be 4 grams. And then he wants a little bit shredded off, a little bit shaved off. So that there is okay, but this over here is not going to be okay because that's 5 grams. And then that's clearly less than 4 grams because 4 minus a bit. That wouldn't be jais. So we can't use the 8 coin. We have to use a larger coin then. Right, so that is not going to work. Right, so what do? So we use a 12 coin. So a 12 coin, okay, split in half. We've got a fulus there, that's okay. And then half of 12 is 6. So 6 minus a bit. So is it possible that we can shred some off, we can shave some off 6 and then it equals to 5? Of course we can. We can simply just do 6 minus 1. Yeah, so that's how this is going to be considered to be jais. Does that make sense? So if you look at this then, I say, like I said to you, in madrasa when you're studying this, sometimes it can become very difficult to understand if you can't see, visualize exactly what's happening over here. Yeah, I really think, you know, if you're a teacher out there, you're teaching Qudoori, or if you're going to teach in the future, make sure you use visual aids. Honestly, visual aids make a big difference. So he says, وَلَوْ قَالَ أَعْطِنِي نِصْفَ dirham. That's the key word there. Fulusan. So give me half a dirham of fulus. Right, like that. وَنِصْفَ, and half, except for a little bit. We said it doesn't work in the 8 gram one, but it does work in the 12 gram one. Yeah, that's okay. It works there. Jaz al-bay'u. The bay is going to be jaz. Finally, the last masla. وَلَوْ قَالَ أَعْطِنِي دِرْحَمًا صَغِيرًا وَزْنُهُ نِصْفُ دِرْحَمٍ إِلَّا حَبَّةً وَالْبَاقِي فُلُوس جَازَ. So he says, okay. He's saying now, give me, how do we draw this? Let me see. Okay, so I'm not going to draw the men again. I'll just use the same. All right, so he's saying he's got this coin over here that he wants to sell. And he's saying to a guy, what I want is, I want أعطني درهما صغيرا. Give me a small dirham whose weight is half of a dirham except a bit. So again, we can have several possibilities here. You can get a coin which is 8 grams. You can get a coin which is 6 grams, 4 grams, whatever. إلا حبة. And he says, so I want أعطيني درهما صغيرا. So this is a dirham صغير, okay. وزنه نصف درهم إلا حبة. And its weight has to be half of a coin. But that can't work here, can it? Because that's 8 grams. And if this is 10 grams, then clearly half of that is 5. 5 and 5. So that means 8 is not 5. So it has to be smaller than 8. So, okay, so we're not going to do this one then. We're going to do a smaller coin. All right, let's try to find a smaller coin that's going to fit in with that. So 6 is going to work again. Yeah, so 6 gram coin. So dirhamin. وزنه نصف درهم إلا حبة. Its weight is half of a dirham except a bit. So in this case, its weight is 6. It won't work 6 as well. All right. وزنه نصف درهم, half of a dirham except a bit. So it's going to be less than that. So we're going to have to bring it down to 5 then. 5 will 5 work? No, 5 won't work as well. Okay, let's try 4 then. So let me just rub this out. See how you got to kind of show the student the working out. So okay, 4 grams. So a 4 gram coin then. Yeah, so a 4 gram coin is half of this coin because it's 5 minus 1, yeah, which equals 4. And that's true for this statement. Give me a coin, this is a coin, which is so small, its weight is half of a dirham minus a bit. So the weight of this is half a dirham minus a bit, so it's 5 minus a bit. وَالْبَاقِي فُلُوسًا. Yeah, and give me the rest of it, give me fulus. Yeah, so أعطني درهما صغيرا وزنه نصف درهم إلا حبة والباقي فلوسا. Now is this jais? So you see, if we make the 4 in place of, not the 5, but 4. So let's change these figures then. 4 in place of 4. And then for the fulus, we're going to make it the remainder. So what do we have left? So 4, and then you got 6 over there, haven't you? So therefore, that fulus is gonna be exchanged, considered adjacent or parallel to this, and that is there. That's jais. The point of all of this is trying to understand wording, like really getting into your small print wording. And that's have we got it? Yes, we got it. Does everyone understand how it works? Alhamdulillah. So look, let's just read through this again. وَلَوْ قَالَ أَعْطِنِي دِرْهَمًا, give me such a dirham, this one, صغير, small, so small that its weight is half of a dirham, except for a little bit, إلا قليل. And the remainder of it, والباقي فلوس. So I'm going to give you a 10-gram coin. I want part of this coin to be in exchange for a silver coin that's less than half of this coin. And the remainder is that. والباقي فلوس, and the remainder is فلوس. جاز البيع. وكان النصف إلا حبة بإزاء الدرهم الصغير. The nisf إلا حبة, the half minus a bit, which is 4, is going to be equal to this, yeah, الدرهم الصغير. والباقي, and the remainder بإزاء الفلوس, is going to be for the fulus. Okay, so does that make sense? It's a bit tricky, I know, but this is what the beauty of fiqh is. Fiqh is basically you want to try and see all the scenarios. You want to try and come out with hypothetical situations where you want to use your mind and think, okay, how would this work, and how would this work, and how would this work, like a Rubik's cube, until you get the solution. And this is a beautiful example of this. So the fuqaha come out with these examples in order to engage your mind. And has your mind been engaged today? I'm sure it has been engaged. Okay, right. So let's just recap this in some questions then. I can ask you guys. Yeah, so 4 scenarios that we have done for today. Let's see if you guys can crack this one. Okay, so is a person allowed to buy something in exchange for half a dirham, of fulus, which is sub-currency? Of course, yes. Yeah, and the person has to give that. Okay, is a person allowed to go to a sayrafi, a money exchange, and say to them, look, I'm going to give you this silver coin, and in exchange for this silver coin, I want half of it in fulus, and the other half, I want a piece of silver that is slightly less than the weight of this half. We say, Abu Hanifa said, no, not jais. Absolutely, all of it, not jais. Abu Yusuf and Muhammad, what did they say? They say it's going to be jais in the fulus part, but it's not going to be jais in the silver part. Okay, and what about if a person was to say, I want half of any coin of fulus, and the rest half, I want half of a little bit shredded off from the coin. Yeah, so the 10-gram coin you're going to give me, I want half of it to be in exchange for fulus, and I want half to be in exchange for a coin, which half of it minus a bit for that. So this would be considered to be jais. And finally, what if a person has a dirham, wants a dirham saghir, give him a 10-gram dirham, and he wants in exchange a small dirham, so small that it works out to be half of the 10 one minus a bit, and the rest of it he wants fulus for. So we say, yeah, we can make that jais as well. Okay guys, Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. May Allah bless all of you guys. Thank you to my patrons who support my channel. It means a lot to me. And I know these lessons, for some of you guys, it really helps you out as well. So if anyone out there wants to support my channel, wants to become patron, or wants to make one-off donations towards the channel, then please, it means a lot to me, helps me a lot. And also share the videos with everyone. Details in the description below, and I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.